Hello and welcome to the ECS 8th grade bird/avian symposium. Today we're going to begin our symposium with an exciting presentation on the blue jay. So let's give it up for Mr. Ryan Duncan.
Okay. Hi, my name is Ryan and I am doing the blue jay. So, the classification, this is like all the classification, all the Italian words. So the kingdom is Animalia, the phylum is Chordata, and the class is Aves. Okay, and then the order is Passeriformes. The family, what it's called is Corvida, and there's other birds, and I'll get to that later. And then there's the Cyanotica, Cata, and the last name of it is the Cristata. And so, that was the name of it. So these are the relatives of the blue jay. There's more of them, but these are some of the main relatives of the blue jay. This would be the gray jay, and then there's the black-billed magpie. It's a weird name. There's the stellar jay that lives here in Washington, and then there is the American crow. And so those are the relatives of the blue jay. So these are the physical characteristics. This is pretty cool. So there's the head crest, and like if it stands straight up, scientists think that it means that they might be really proud or something like that. When it's down, they're like not very happy. So they have a bright blue head with back and wings. The wings have a block on it, and so like I have a close-up coming up, and so there's these gray and black bars that go across the back wings and the tail. There's a black band right around their neck and chest, and they have a white face and white belly. And here's a close-up of the wings. So here's the black bars that I was talking about. And the males and females are completely identical. In the way that you can tell them apart, the only way you can tell them apart is by watching them. So when you do watch them, you have to watch them really closely if you actually are going to. What will happen is when they're making the nest, the male, sooner than later, near the end of the nesting session, will get tired and lazy, while the female will finish the nest project. The length is 9 to 12 inches. Their wingspan's pretty big for blue jays. Their wingspan can get up to 17 inches, and their weight can go up to 3.5 ounces. So that's really tiny. Okay, so here is a chart that I found, and this is about like the breeding range. And so it's kind of funny because you can, it's been reported in Oregon and California, which is pretty rare. In South Canada is where they sometimes go, and they are found in the Rockies in the eastern part of the U.S. Okay, so their habitat, they really love forest edge lines. They like to be in parks, and backyards and stuff. And so that's pretty much their habitat. Like, they love to be around the bird feeders and stuff. So their conservation, they are very stable, and under the ICUN, IUCN, it's under least concern, so they're not worried about them at all. It's a common species, as you can see, there are a ton of them. And so here's a cooler picture to where it can show the wingspan, and this is just a smaller, like less than a year-old blue jay. Okay, reproductive characteristics. So what happens is that the female will be like on a tree or something, and then 7 other males will get together. And the female will fly off, and the males will follow them, and they bob their heads, and so they show off and stuff. They really love to show off and fight, and the female chooses a mate, and then the nesting process starts. And what the male will do is he will strengthen the bond by giving the female nice twigs and stuff in the nest. Alright, so they mate when they are around 1 year old, sometimes a little sooner, like 8 or 7 months. The females lay 5 to 7 eggs per time, and they usually have 2 nests of eggs each year. They build the nest together. The female incubates the eggs around 16 to 18 days. And so yeah, that's pretty much the process. Both parents care for the babies. So the mom usually stays with the eggs and stuff, while the male goes and gets the food and stuff. And what happens is that the babies stay with the parents for 2 months. So, and what happens is, like after 2 weeks, the baby blue jays can actually get out of the nest, and they can eat food themselves. It's really weird. But, so there's a picture of the baby. This is a really small blue jay. And the other one. So this is their longevity. So this is crazy. In the wild, they can live up to 7 to 8 years. There was a female that was reported to live in the wild for 17 years. In captivity, the longest blue jay to be reported is 27 years. So they can live a pretty long time. So one of the really bad causes of their death is the West Nile virus. And so this is what's killing quite a bit of them. They're still stable, but it is killing quite a few of them. Cats and dogs are mostly actually part of their death. Like you'd think about hawks and stuff and all that stuff, but those are most of the things that cause their death, but hawks can still. So seasonal patterns, they have a really, really weird migration system. Depending on winter food supplies, so it depends because scientists are led to believe, so like when a blue jay migrates 1 year, he might not the next year. And the scientists are led to believe that the migration pattern might depend on their winter food supplies. So, and here are some blue jays here in the winter. And they're in the snow and stuff. They migrate sometimes, they might not migrate another time. So, it really depends. But it really remains a mystery. Their diet, they love acorns, nuts, seeds, especially sunflower seeds. They like mice, frogs, and insects like grasshoppers and stuff like that. So I got a bunch of pictures of peanuts and stuff. Here's another wing one. This is just a little guy. It's not very old. They're predators. They have quite a few predators, and the blue jay cannot fly very fast, and so they are a pretty easy target. And here is one of their arch nemesis is a squirrel. It's really weird. You think of a squirrel as a little squirrel out here, but in different places they have larger squirrels. So there's the barred owl, great horned owl, red-tailed hawk. Here's a hawk right here on top of a blue jay. Sharp-shinned hawk, black rat snake, a cat, squirrels, and those are pretty much some of their main predators. And what they'll do is they'll eat their eggs or sometimes the babies. So human relationships, we cannot hunt blue jays. We cannot hurt them in any way. It is illegal to have them as pets. Humans have a love-hate relationship with them. So they're annoying, but they are also really beautiful. And this is a bird in captivity. Fun facts. The color of the blue jay. So this is really weird. It's actually from the pigment they receive from the sun. If you crush a blue jay feather, the color in it disappears. So they aren't technically naturally blue. If you smush a feather, the color completely disappears. It's really weird. Blue jays are known for putting something white in front of their nest. Right here. No, it remains a mystery, but scientists and people have figured out that a lot of them put something white in front of the nest. And another fun fact is called anting. And this is really weird. And so what the blue jays do, and other birds do, is they find ants and they'll crush them. They can also use rotten fruit and any other kind of nasty stuff, and what they'll do is they'll put it underneath their feathers and stuff, and it is supposed to drive off ticks, fleas, and any other annoying bugs. And so that shows it right here. So it's called anting, and this is what they do. They'll like rub their feathers in the dirt and stuff, and they'll like crush the ants and put them under their feathers and stuff. And that's what that happens, and the end.